people who have different roles. The guy who's a frontline infantryman being shot at has a different job than the guy who's a logistician or an aircraft maintainer or somebody who works in a warehouse. The field of view they need, the level of ballistic rating that they need, it's very, very different. And so Eagle Eye is actually basically a platform for hosting multiple vision augmentation systems. But what it is in a nutshell, ignoring that platform aspect of it, Eagle Eye is an integrated product that provides vision enhancement, hearing enhancement, augmented view of the world in the thermal spectrum, in the visible spectrum, the near IR spectrum, the hyperspectral spectrum, also visualizing radio frequency, also visualizing sound in ways that make you much more perceptive of the world around you, particularly things that are a threat to you. And it has an enormous amount of onboard compute. I can't talk about the details, but like the team we brought together for Eagle Eye is actually pretty crazy. We've brought in Oakley, we've brought in Meta, we've brought in Qualcomm, we've brought in a lot of other people who are mostly doing non-military stuff. But we've got a really, really powerful chunk of Qualcomm compute on board that's interfacing with some of these. And one of the coolest things about Eagle Eye is that, and this gets a little bit back to my toy box or my toolbox, whichever you prefer. When you're building a consumer virtual reality device, you really need to focus deeply on cost, because you're trying to convince people one at a time that they're going to take their money and they're going to buy this primarily entertainment tool as a competitive tool versus, let's say, a PlayStation 5 or a new TV. The military does not have anything that is like Eagle Eye. They don't have something that can highlight all of the threats, show you where all of your own people are, show you the path to safety, do all your ballistics calculations and computations for you, and also allow you to seamlessly control large numbers of different weapon systems. And I don't have to make something that would cost $600 at Best Buy. They would rather have something that is significantly more performant, even if it's somewhat more expensive. Now, I'm not saying we should charge the government some obscene price, but if they can choose between a $1,000 sensor that lets them see things that are twice as far and a $100 sensor that has half the range, every time they're going to make the choice for the $1,000 sensor, because the cost of losing that soldier or a failing a mission is so much higher than the cost of that headset. So what's fun from a tech perspective is we're able to build a headset that costs tens of thousands of dollars to make. We can load it with image sensors that are nicer than even Apple would put in something like the Vision Pro. We can afford to put extremely high-end displays in it that are far beyond what the consumer market would reasonably bear today. On the compute side, we can afford to put in more compute than you would ever be able to put in a civilian-worn device. One, for cost reasons. Two, for bulk reasons. Turns out when you're already wearing a ballistic helmet, another 50 grams is not so bad as long as it's in the right place as counterbalance. But getting back to what you had asked, tech coming back in.